I didn't know you could click that button.
What the
I never clicked that button in my life. They just ruined my whole thing. That's it. So, that's putting me on the spot here.
I love you!
Bro, we had a conversation. I thought we connected.
I was
over
busy
lunch.
writing.
Hang on.
No, 90 seconds. you said 90 seconds.
But yeah, I had 100% consumption and I wanted more. Okay, so I'm gonna edit this bit out so no one sees this.
Matthew, what's the biggest roadblock for you in scaling to 10K a month right now?
I'll say I'm just really Put your hands up if you've not seen this graphic before. Okay, great. Oh, I'm glad I asked.
Look at his face.
You guys know how niche this information is?
Oh, this is just the overview. This is just 10%.
Anywhere else in the world. Exactly. Except for in this room right now.
If you haven't gone all in on your Skool community right now, do not watch this video. This video is not for you. If you want a deep dive masterclass from one of the best community builders on the planet right now, stick around, get your community open because we're going to walk you through step by step how to do it. If you're still here, and if you guys in the room are with me, please welcome Colin Hollywood!
It's so different here. Compared to Germany, to the stiff Germany.
So, Calvin, you were in the military.
Yes.
And for many years, you actually were an instructor in the military.
Yeah, this bad guy with the basic boot camp.
Right. And your job was to bring people together as fast as possible and have as deep a connection as possible in the German military.
Yes.
How did you do that, and how have you started to do that online with the Skool community?
In the military, we figured out the best way is to go together through suffer and pain.
Yeah, suffering and pain. Yep.
Yeah. So at the first week, at the first 2 weeks, we were really bad to them because then the instructors are the enemy. And they are the bond, the friendship, the squad.
So you turned yourself into the bad guy?
Yeah.
So they had a common enemy?
See?
Right, got you.
So they against us. So you have to go through something together. And if it's a good thing, it's good. But in the bad things, there is the creating the bond. So it's like in a family, when you go through the trouble together, the family is after that more together than they compare to holiday together.
Right.
What is beautiful.
Yeah. Ted Carr, where are you? What's the difference between a trip and an adventure?
A adventure is when everything goes wrong and you still figure it out.
Boom.
Yeah.
It's just a trip until something bad happens. And I mean, we had a very rainy, foggy hike in Belfast just a few days ago.
I had an adventure 4 minutes ago. That's the one.
So how have you been able to create such strong bonds, not in the offline space, but in the online space with Skool communities?
I'm still trying to figure out some things, some formats, what we can do. I mean, what is possible? You can make a challenge in your community. You can make a pin post, 7-day challenge. Then the pin post, day 1 of the challenge, doing something together. On the next day, you change the title, day 2 of the post. So don't make 7 separate posts, what pushes every other post down. But you can make 1 post, and every day at the new morning, everybody have to post a screenshot from cleaning up the room or collecting steps together or doing something. And then they post their proof, other people like it. And one guy is maybe writing then, oh, today what a bad day. Then the other, nah, come on, keep on going, do it. I mean, something like this. I sound a little bit like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? When I hear myself,
I'm here for it.
Get down to the job. Challenges, something like this. Everything what is live. I mean, live formats. Not even live Q&A calls. You can make co-working slots. That's what I did. So you can meet your people in co-working sessions every morning at 8. They meet all together, but they do not talk together. They're sitting there together, working on some stuff. You can use this Pomodoro things after 30 minutes, 10-minute break. You can, what did you do? Any questions? And then into the next session. So everything what you do together creates a bond. And if it's emotional, like a challenge, it's even better.
Right.
Yeah.
So Kieran May, who's in the audience, he's a Belfast Skool creator, absolutely killing it. He's all about creating shared experiences for his community. So give us like a wacky thing that you do with your community on a regular basis that's very extreme for most people.
Do sea swims.
Jump in the sea.
Cold Irish sea, first thing in the morning at sunrise, joint suffering, but amazing team bonding.
Yeah. So those shared experiences, I think, are very powerful.
You can do every day another thing, taking a cold shower on the next day, fasting or whatever.
Yeah, I've
and then
seen
do
Goose.
it together.
I've seen a selfie video of Goose in a cold shower.
Yeah, the
as part
squat
of
thing. The squat thing.
As part of a challenge for his community. So what we're going to do now is Calvin, we could sit here and talk to Calvin for like legitimately 8 hours. That's 8 hours for anyone who's not familiar. But I just want the most practical, actionable takeaway from this guy's German brain. This is like an English exclusive, right? He's like a rare Pokemon that we're able to like now bring out into the wild. We're going to go through, let's say 4 or 5 different specific Skool features. And we're going to pick Calvin's brain of his best practices, and then we're going to implement it in our community right now. For those of you who are watching from the Skool community online, or you find this video on YouTube, we're going to pause the video and allow you to take a little bit of time, go away and do the homework, and then we can move on to the next session. So the first thing that I would like to start with is the first thing
Community.
that most members see, and that's the auto DM.
Okay.
So what do you see most Skool creators doing that is totally wrong with their auto DM? That's a huge mistake.
Oh, I'm afraid to say it is wrong, but I can tell you what I recommend. The thing is, when you enter a new room with new people, and then the creator open the door, you go into the room. What you don't like to have is that the creator tells you, all right, go over there, do this. First of all, what you like to have is, hey, what's up? How are you? And the most auto DMs, what I'm checking are, do this, do that, click that link. So it's the opposite. You send them anywhere else. So they're arriving and you're telling them, now go over there. So
Right. Hey, welcome to the party. Go take out the trash around the back.
So what I recommend is ask a question. I ask 2 questions, an open and a closed question. I hope that's the right translation in English. The open questions for the people who are ready to write much, and the closed question for the people who are new on Skool, they don't like to write much. So I ask, are you new at Skool? And do you have your own community? Or why are you here? So they can answer, yeah, I'm new. Then I know this person, okay, maybe he will not write so much. But other people are, yeah, I'm new, but I saw it and I did this and my plan. And you know these guys who are talking on WhatsApp for minutes and hours, but you need this kind of people in your community. And when I figure out a person like this, I take care. I tell my operator, take a look at this guy, because he can push the community, because the community, 20% of the people in the community are making 80% of the content. So I have to figure out as fast as possible who are the people who are writing much. And then they answer me, and then I can say, all right, if you have any question, feel free to write me, or now go into the classroom, check out the onboarding. Yeah, but my first auto DM is not do this, book a call, do this. So I try to warm up a little bit, because every person who answers me is a lead. And my goal is 80%. So when I get 10 new members in my free community, my goal is that 8 people write me. And I'm around 80% right now.
So I just want to reiterate something that Calvin said. He said that every single member who joins your free group is a lead. We are so spoiled in the online business world. We take all of these like free community members for granted. You're like, oh, 6 new member requests. It's like, whatever, approve, check you out, get okay, I'll let you in, blah, blah. Imagine if you're a plumber in Belfast who's just starting a plumbing business and you're trying to get leads to feed your family. It's really, really tough to get leads. People spend big money trying to get leads. They knock on doors. They do incredibly hard and challenging things. And we're just getting them literally on our laps inside our free community. And so I love what Calvin says, because he says, I want the first thing people to do is just to have a conversation with me, not send them somewhere else, because that's how you actually nurture leads. Benny's like, yes.
And if you have something else, like a paid community, let's say for $100 a month, my quote is that 10% of the people who are answering my auto DM are booking then my paid community after short back and forth. Because I can see in the answer what kind of person that is. And sometimes I see you don't have to be in this free community. Take the express ticket, join directly into my paid. And then most people say, oh, a paid? I didn't know you have a paid. Yeah, it's right here. Okay, of course I will join. So 10 answers, one person at least is booking after back and forth my paid community. That's my quote. So this is my goal.
Cool.
At least 10%.
I'm going to reposition your mic really quick. I'm in his personal space.
I love it when you do. Like the shower.
we're increasing our level of intimacy right now. Okay, perfect. So you're all about having conversations with people as a way to make sure and to qualify if they're ready for your next thing right away before they go through anything. And you can actually close people in the DMs.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, perfect. Right. So what is a closed question? Give me an example of a closed question and why you ask it in the DM.
I like to make it easy for everybody. And some people are a little bit skeptical. They are new at Skool, and they are different kind of personality types. I don't know if you know the color thing, the red one, the success. They don't write much. So I like to make it easy for them to just answer yes or no, a short answer. And a closed question, you can answer a closed question with yes or no.
Right.
So they can answer, yes, I'm new here.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So do you have a Skool community yet? Yes or no?
Right.
Is this your first business? Yes, no. Andrew Kirby calls this the Boolean rule, where you can only have two options. It's black or white. It's very, very, very clear. So that's a closed question. And the reason we ask it is because if someone's not that talkative, then you can still get an interaction with them.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. What's an open question? And give me an example.
Yeah, it's I ask two questions, and right after that, I mean, it have to make sense in your community. I have a community about what is Skool, learn more about Skool. So I ask, do you have already a Skool community? And yes or no. And where did you hear about this community? Like this. And then, a friend, or I saw it over there. And, I already have a community, or I just start a community. And then my alarm goes on. Why are you in my free community? Let's go into the paid where I show everything. And then I recommend it. I say, all right, got it. Sorry for, I crash into a door, but I have a paid community. It's the Express. Why do you try to spend the time? Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, you are right. And I will book it later or something like this.
Right. So Benny, maybe you can kind of help us create a bit of a framework around this, because this is a little bit like a discovery process, right?
Yeah.
So let me get the mic to you. So if this was a discovery call, like what would be like two questions that you would ask? Because I really want to make sure that people are clear before they do their homework.
Number one, what are you looking to accomplish online right now? And this can be specific to whatever the offer
Open
is.
question. I could spend like 60 minutes answering that question. Mm-hmm. It's not yes, no.
Where's Sebastian? Oh, it still means write down. I can watch it again because I like to make my notes.
And then number two, when we first encourage, right? Oh, definitely a huge opportunity for content creators in 2024 right now. Curious. I mean, what's your monthly income goal with this business? 10K. Gotcha. There's a lot of content creators doing 10K a month right now in Skool. Well, let me ask you, Matthew, what's the biggest roadblock for you in scaling to 10K a month right now?
Honestly, I'm just really, really shy on camera. I just can't find a way to like put myself out there. I don't like how my voice sounds. I'm afraid my friends and family will see it. I'm afraid to like really break free and just be out there.
now we're super tight, right? Now it's like, wow, he just opened up to me. It's like a lot of people are having trouble opening up right now and putting themselves out there. And then for us, what we do is, do you think it would be useful, Matthew, if we were to jump on a quick 10 to 15 minute call in the next couple of days and come up with a plan on how to be yourself online and share your personality so that you can hit 10K in the next 90 days?
That sounds fair. Yeah. So what Benny kind of outlined there is like, that's the conversation that you have, that the auto DM is the chance to actually start that discovery process. And, you know, Ted Carr, what's the most amount of money I can spend with you right now? As of right now, your prices will go up over time. But if I'm like, I want the VIP fast track, like, what is it?
15K.
15K. So every single person that comes into Ted's free community is a possible 15K customer.
Actually, we just changed it yesterday. 21K if you want to hire Ben. If you want to rent him.
Yeah. How much?
They do not know this. It's too new.
How much is your paid community? As of right now, again, prices go up.
$99, 100 each month.
Yeah. So every single lead that comes into, every single member that comes into the Calvin's community, it's a chance to make $99 a month recurring, which is pretty crazy. So, closed question, yes, no. Open question, they could talk a lot. And the third thing Calvin recommends is no link, because he just wants to start the conversation. He wants them to reply. Is there anything I'm missing, or is this enough for us to take a break?
That's everything. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's.
We do not have enough, text. You can advance the text. We only have 300. Maybe we can get 500 if you talk to some.
I think the 300 is good.
Yeah, it's good.
Keeps it
It's
tight.
enough.
Yeah. Cool. Is anyone in the room unclear about what these 3 steps entail? Because if you speak up with courage, it'll help everyone else who's watching this. If not, we'll. Yes, sir.
When do you book a call after you've had a couple of conversations with me?
So the question is, when do you book a call after how many messages?
For a 99 product, there is no call necessary. Book it or not. But we do calls sometimes. And when I see there's a potential, I would say after back and forth, I start first, go into my paid community. And when then the people will say, hi, I'm not sure what kind of topic or how does it work, then I can offer a call with Andy. He's my assistant. He's doing the calls. And then, then book a call. But I try to first close it because it's only 100. So if it would be higher, 2K, or then maybe a call to the call, yeah.
Okay.
Calvin, how do you communicate to the person whether the fact that they can answer one question or the other?
No, it seems more, I like to get an answer of both questions.
Oh.
It's the transition is smooth, so it's not, let me know if, or it's not a split, so people will answer the first question or both. So not only the second one. But I try to find the people who are writing it text like this, because they are valuable for my community.
So my 2 questions, and these aren't perfect, just as an example. My number 1 closed question is, so that whenever someone signs up for Skool and they get an auto DM from me, the first question is this your first online business before? Yes, no. And the second question is, hey, any idea what you think your community might be about yet? And then I know, are they a beginner and what's their niche? And then we go from there.
Yep.
Any other cues?
One question. So what if you have those people who don't answer anything?
So what do you do with people who don't answer?
A few of them, yeah. What I'm doing? Nothing. That's okay. I mean, I was that guy who was, when I was younger, I was going into the club and hiding in a dark corner and just watching. Why are you laughing? Yeah, that's okay. I mean, and I also recommend not to kick people when they are not active. I mean, when they are not active for 300 days or 100 days, that's okay. But a community also needs the people watching on the side of the dance floor, people who are dancing. That's why the people are dancing, because other people are watching. So for me, a member is valuable even they are not writing. So as long as they are there or clicking likes, or also like is in a metrics, it could. So yeah, it's okay. When they don't like to write or answer, that's okay. But I have operators. They are writing with inactive members someday. Hey, you are here now for 2 weeks. Haven't done something. Is everything okay? What can we do better? So we communicate all the time that we made the fault, not them. We are not telling them why use your opportunities or something like that, because then they feel bad. We're always asking, what can we do better that you are getting more active? And then they are, no, everything is fine. It is my fault. So we don't like to destroy the emotional connection. Make it sense? It's hard to explain. Okay, so that is good. You have to translate.
Yeah, you don't blame the person or attack the person.
Yeah.
You take it on you with humility.
Right.
You say, what can I do to make it better? You assume the blame rather than put the blame on
Right.
them. Okay, cool. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Hi. So when people join my free community, one of the qualifying questions I ask for their mobile number. Okay. So my question is, like, if they don't engage or respond in the community, is it worth getting your sales team or your setters to give them a call?
Okay, so if you have the phone number of the person in your community and they haven't engaged, should you get your sales team to give them a call?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm the wrong person for this, because my inner alarm clocks go on when I hear you're asking for the phone number. I would not recommend to, and even in Germany, that is something what I don't do. In Germany, we are very strict with all the rules and phone number stuff. But I try to answer it because I work for some other clients and build for them the community. They are in sales. And when they are not there, when they are not engaging, then they are away. Then, of course, then you can call them. I mean, they are away anyway. So it's not my style. So I don't use it. And I don't ask for a phone number, I ask for an email. But not for the phone number,
Yeah.
And Calvin comes from the complete opposite end of the spectrum. So he's like the opposite of whatever salesperson you have in your head right now.
I have nothing to do with sales
So
and stuff.
take what he's saying with a pinch of salt, because that's his position. Doesn't mean it. Yeah. Cool. So let's take a couple of minutes. If you have your digital device there, you can go in and actually draft your DM in Skool. If you don't have access to that, pen and paper works great. These 3 things, you can draft your auto DM, and then we'll pick up from there. Same with you guys at home. We'll pause the recording here, and we'll see you in a few minutes. All right, guys, let's bring it in.
And I feel safe when you're close to me.
It's good. All right, bringing it in. Gio. Actually, yeah, everyone welcome Gio. Gio just got in literally like this, like 2 hours ago. Gio's from England, awesome guy, Skool Games winner. Was in Acquisition HQ with Mosey and the lads. It's very, very cool. Gio's cool.
Blackjack player as well.
Say again?
Pro blackjack player.
Pro blackjack. Nice. Nice. I'm gonna get Gio to share something tomorrow with you guys. It's gonna blow your mind. But for now, we're gonna. I need to actually think about these guys as well, because I haven't actually talked to the people who are watching this online. We're trying to do multiple things at a time here. This is very interesting. All right, cool. So now that you've done your auto DM, we're going to move on to the next super important feature that Calvin thinks most people are not utilizing in the right way. So we're going to just focus on one tab at a time inside your classroom. I'm sure a little graphic will pop up on screen whenever I do this. And the first one is the community tab. So Calvin, again, I know you could talk for 4 hours about how to make the community tab awesome. What's one thing that you want us to focus on today that you think is the most important?
Yeah, it's something special. I do not recommend to implement it immediately. You have to think about it, because I don't know how the international market is working or your audience. But what I do in my community is I have a rule. And that the rule is do not make statements in a post, ask questions. When you make a statement, a tutorial or something like this, all the people can answer is, oh, great, thank you, yeah, love it. And then we are in the social media world. So you can ask a question, and then after a while, you can bring your own statement into the comment. Also to bring back the post. If it's not working, you can bring it back to the top. And give the audience the chance to write many letters as possible. And when they can post thank you, that's only a few letters. So what I always say is, The social media world is vertical, like scrolling. And Skool is horizontal. Long letter. I like to see many letters as possible in one comment. I like to see a comment on a comment. And so you have to ask questions. And I recommend to ask questions about the past, not about the future. Because when you have to imagine something, it's hard to write. Let's say I ask you, what will you do next weekend? You'll be like, I don't know. But when I ask you, what did you do yesterday? Oh, I did this and that. So it's easier to answer when you ask about the past and not about the future. When you have a community what is already engaging, you can break these rules. You can make statements, you can make brainstorming posts, you can create a category with case studies, and then people can post their own view. But right at the beginning, what you don't want is that Skool turns into social media. So your own situation belongs in the comment, not in the post. That is the rule. Yeah.
Okay, so for the titles of posts inside your community, you recommend that we ask questions and not statements?
Yes.
Let's go a layer deeper on this. How do you encourage your members to do the same?
First of all, when you start a community, everybody is doing what the boss is doing. And when everybody sees that you're making tutorials and statements, the audience feels like, wow, I'm not an expert. I can't do post and something like this. But when they see that let's call it boss, the founder, the boss is asking questions, then they see, because it's hard to explain the psychological thing. When you make a question, you're positioning yourself to the bottom and not to the top. And that makes you open, that people can attend. You need guts, you need balls to ask a question. Because many people are afraid to ask a question when there are already hundreds of people there. They feel like, look at his face. He's getting a massage from 10.
It's a value stack. It's school information and also a massage.
I'm holding back the crying and the
Yeah, but when the boss is asking a question, then, now we are the expert. He asking us a question. Then they are not so afraid anymore to ask a question as well. Because seriously, when I join the room and everybody knows each other, when I'm the new guy, I'm afraid to ask a question. I'm not afraid with friends, but when I'm new, I'm afraid. But when I see everybody's asking questions, nobody like, you have to do this like that. Yeah, so you are the role model and you have to show them what they can do or what they should do.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is something that I'm sure you guys in the room have heard us talk about quite a lot. It's the difference between the guru model and the community model. Put your hands up if you've not seen this graphic before. Okay, great. Oh, I'm glad I asked. Okay. So the guru model is this. So this is the guru. I'm going to give the guru a mustache and a beard. Okay. You can tell my drawing is just exemplar. It's very, very beautiful. The guru model this is the old way. It's one person having a connection and a relationship with many people. It's one to many. This is YouTube. I'm the guru, you're watching me. There's no interaction, blah, blah, blah. The community model is whenever you still have the leader. Okay. So you still have Gandalf. Pointy wizard hat. But the difference is
Jesus.
that
Nice shoot.
the community model, everybody is connected. And the purpose of the leader is to connect everybody with each other. And when Calvin says it's the difference between social media and Skool, I think this is really what he's talking about. It's not, listen to me, I'm the fount of all knowledge, my ego's out of control, I don't ask any questions, I'm not humble because I don't care about you, because I have to look confident, my bravado's out of scale, and I have to maintain this massive image, because if I don't know the answers, you won't love me, and you won't follow me, and you won't buy my 15K course anymore. Versus, who asks questions the most that we know? Even though he's a big dog. Sam Oven.
Yeah.
So I've never met anyone, the founder of Skool, ask questions more than Sam about everything. Literally everything.
Who of you guys doing coaching? Who's a coach? You will struggle with this. I struggled with this because 10 years, 15 years, I was a coach. Everybody was asking me. And now I should hide myself with my own opinion. They are here because of me. But it's a tough process. And I can recommend step back, let them talk, and then you place your own comment, your own opinion in the comments or in your live calls. And yeah.
Right. So you ask the question, you let the community interact, and then you put your opinion in like the 10th comment or something like that.
Yeah, it's very important that you not answer your own question immediately. That's what many people do.
Example question?
Again?
Example question?
If I have one? Yes. This is also what I recommend. Don't ask deep questions. Because when we meet each other offline, normally we start very flat. Like, what are you doing for living?
In Belfast, what do you think of the weather today?
Yeah, really. When I arrived in the hotel, how was your trip? So, and in the communities, some people try to create a deep question, what is very complicated. But complexity stops interaction. So it have to be flat at the beginning, or it can be flat. When you have an advanced community, what is already engaged, then you can ask deep questions. But at the beginning, it's a flat question. And seriously, you can ask things like, where are you from? Many founders do not know where the people in the community are from. Or what is your job? What is your expertise? People love to talk about themselves. So I ask a lot of flat questions for the interaction. And then in the comments, I can go deeper. Somebody say, yeah, I'm from Belfast. Oh, really? Me too. Where exactly? Oh, and then it goes in a deeper conversation.
Yeah,
Conversation. Yeah.
To give a really, to give a really like extremely silly example of this, a statement would be, you join my community, and you write in the title, I am from Germany. Whereas the question is, hey, where's everyone from?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, right.
And let's make it like a little bit more nuanced. So a statement could be something like, I need help with YouTube. I'm really struggling with YouTube. That's a statement. How would you turn that into a question?
Yeah. And there's another rule. No me and I posts.
There it is.
That I do not allow my members to make a me or a I post. Because when I have 300 members, somebody write something like this. I have this situation like this, and my client does not this, and what can I do? So nobody can answer, because we need much more information about this situation to help them. So I do not allow it. I have it in onboarding. Don't make an I or a me post. Transform it into a question for everybody. Like, when a client do not pay you, what is the process? What are you doing then? Something like this. It's tough for many members because they are conditioned in the social media world to talk about themselves. But I don't like it when somebody joins the community and the first post is, I have a problems with my camera. How can I set it up? And I have this. Can somebody please help me? And then 347 other people should invest their time in this special situation. I delete this kind of post and I give them feedback. Read the onboarding. No I or me posts. And then I recommend them, ask for them how their camera setup is looking like. Or Google. I don't ask something what you can Google. Because then it's a technical problem. But when you like to get an opinion of many people, you can Google it. Not really. Yeah, and some things you can Google.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's say that I join your community and I jump in and I make a statement on an I post.
Yeah.
Walk me through exactly what you would do.
I delete the post, or my operator delete the post. Mm-hmm. We are copying the text, delete that. Then we're writing a private message. We send them the text that it was not useless. And we say, this is an I post or a me post. Please check out the onboarding. And here's your text. Please change it and post it again. That's what we do.
Simple as that.
Yeah. And many people, of course, they feel the feeling is a little bit hurt. They're writing me, oh yeah, but it makes absolutely sense. Yeah, you are right. But imagine in the internet world, when you delete something, yeah, I have my rights to, this, even in Germany, that's crazy. But after a while, it works very, very fine. And this is my golden rule for more engagement. Let other people talk. And every of my communities in the top 500 in engagement. And when you look at the German discovery, 50% of the communities are in my program, they're using this, so it works. But it's a long-term thing, because when you apply it immediately, maybe people will say, why can I not talk about it's different. So be careful when you use it.
Do you turn on the plugin must be level 2 to post?
In my free, yes, not in my paid. But in my free, it's necessary. Because I have so many people who jump in and they think they can ask everything. It's all about them. They don't get it. Yeah.
And you're also deleting posts, no IME posts in the free.
Yes, everywhere.
So rule across all your communities.
Yes, not in my masterminds and not in special categories. So in my advanced communities, my paid communities, there is a category like case studies, where everybody should post a case study or a success or a win. And in my onboarding, I will explain right there, it's your own situation. You can place everything in and share something what is valuable for everybody. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, please.
So I get it right that you don't delete just post, you always give the information you deleted, because that is something that I face in a lot of communities, what is also costing, I think, quite some trust. But you literally
always explain. Always explain.
So don't just delete the post, make sure you explain to the person.
I mean, I had some people who did it wrong 5 times, but normally when I deleted 2 posts of them, they're a little bit angry, but then they got it. And they are the best members. They're best members in the future. When they got it, say so valuable. They can post, then they know how to do it, and then they create posts. The engagement is going through the roof. So I like to build this kind of members who making great posts. I get questions from other communities. Can I have your members?
Maybe I should rent them.
No, seriously. I launched a community for a friend. And I said, before we launch it, let me invite my members from my community. Only 15 or 20. It's like if you are in an audience and their first 2 rows are ready to applaud every time because they know how to work.
They're the hype man at the concert.
Yeah. So I onboarded my own members first. That was the guarantee the community will work, for sure.
Crazy.
Do you also appreciate the members who do really well publicly, kind of?
Again?
Do you also praise the members who do well? Or do you just give...
Sometimes, yes. I have, for the all-time leaderboard, we're sending out a pokal. What is it? A statue? Trophy, something like this. And make a screenshot and thanks for you guys, but thanks for everybody.
Right.
So I don't split between active and non. Everybody's important. But yeah, sometimes I do this, yeah.
So this is basically creating the culture of your community and the culture of your community tab. And Seth Godin, who half of you in the room didn't know when we did that experiment earlier, he defines culture as this, right? So a culture is a big word. What does it mean? This is Seth Godin's definition. I love it. Culture is people like us do things like this. That's it. People in Calvin's community post like this. People in Ted's community engage like this. People in Tatiana's community, this is how we roll around here. It's the culture of the community. Gio?
Yeah, I was just going to ask, and I apologize if you guys spoke about this earlier. You mentioned onboarding a couple times. What's your framework around onboarding? Because previously what I've been doing, which I now appreciate not to do, is sending people to an onboarding from the auto DM, which doesn't work that well. So for you, what's your framework? Do you have a course, and what points do you make sure to hit on?
So how do you onboard new members?
Yeah, the first thing is the auto DM. I think that is the first what they will get when they join. Not in my paid, because I was most with them already in touch. Then you will not get the auto DM. So the auto DM is the first thing, and the auto DM is for the feeling that they feel welcome. But then I need to explain anywhere. So I have a classroom. What is the onboarding? And in the classroom of a free community, For me, it's not important to explain the topic. I mean, in my case, my free community is the topic Skool. But let's say you have a yoga community. In the onboarding, I don't explain the basics of yoga. I explain how Skool works.
How to use the app.
Yeah, how to use Skool and what is the difference to social media.
Okay.
And after I explain that, I tell them what they have to do. And then go into the welcome post, introduce yourself, or go over there, do this and that, or in the first 3 days, just look around. And when you have the feeling for it, or focus on comments. And when you reach level 2, then make your own post, something like this. But I think you have to explain the platform, because many people are branded. They come, they think it's Facebook, they think it's Discord or something else. And when you look at your metrics, when you have in metrics that only 30% are still active, that means not active in your community, that means active on Skool. So they lost the connection to Skool, and that should not happen. There should always be a higher number. When you have the number 90% are active and your community is not engaged, that means they are on Skool but not in your community. So you have to raise the quality of your community. But when they are 20% active, that means they lost the connection to Skool. So you have to explain Skool in a better way, that they enjoy Skool and then they keep on going. Yeah. So I have a video. I have text inside where I explain everything. I have topic. I post topics where you can post about, because many people do not know, what kind of questions can I ask? You can ask like this, like this, like this, and I have 10, 15 topics. You can ask people about this. So I help them that they can engage.
Something that I've seen work really well, and I've kind of stolen this from different people in the community. I stole it from Calvin, I stole a little bit from Max Pearson, stole a little bit, cooked it all together, is if you do onboarding calls with your people, just give them a tour of the community. Kind of what we're doing today. This is the community tab. This is how it works. When you're on the community tab, get everyone on the call to make their first post and make the title of the post a question, not a statement. So that kills 2 birds with 1 stone. It means that they make their first post, so they take action. Other people can start interacting with them, but then also populates your feed with lots of high quality questions. And because they're on the call with you, you can coach them through what Calvin said, difference between me and I, or just, make sure that it's not a statement, make sure that you're asking a question everyone can respond to. I find that that's like a very, very sneaky and powerful thing that you can do.
Can I ask a quick follow-up on that?
Yeah, let's go.
So I know you have a conversation with people in the DM.
A short one.
A short one.
Yeah.
And you try to push them to the paid community.
Not everybody, but when I see the potential, then I recommend go straight into the paid.
And if you don't,
Yeah.
or if it's a member that doesn't convert,
Yeah.
do you then push them to the onboarding?
Right. Then I say, okay, have fun here. Make sure you check out the onboarding, that you know everything, and have fun. I have a metaphor. Is metaphor the right word for that?
A metaphor.
A metaphor. Like in fitness, in gym. I think the goal is when somebody enters a new gym and there's a personal trainer who's working in a gym, don't explain every thing where you can work out. Be focused that the person have fun in the gym and feel good. But don't overload them with explanation and this and that. You have to make them that they enjoy the training, they enjoy the atmosphere, and don't be focused. But because, especially in German, we try to explain everything. It's not necessary. So better be focused on that the person have a great time. That is more important.
Cool. I want to switch topics here because we're starting to really, really go deep here. On onboarding, Gio, one more thing is a lot of the biggest, most successful communities, as part of their onboarding process, they get people to download the Skool app. Because if they're not on Skool, they're not using Skool, then they're not actually going to be able to engage in your community, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What is an example of a good question that's, you said flat, it's not a deep question,
Yeah.
It's like pretty surface level that you think would work for almost any community?
What are you doing for your living?
What do you do for work?
Yeah. I mean, this. Where are you from? I mean, this kind of posts, when they will not work, you have a death community. You can bring it every time, but sometimes when I see, I need a little bit more engagement, and I say, we have so many new members over the last time, some left, so let's please post in a comment way from. Then check the comments and like people who are close to you. Or what else is very good working? In my community, off topic is not allowed. So when my community is about community building, nobody can ask about anything else, like email marketing or whatever. But what I do sometimes is an off topic post. So I do a post and I say, off topic, guys, what are you doing at the weekend? What is going on right now? What was your, let's talk about everything. What's going on? How's going? Something like this. And this is exploding, this post. I have to close it after a while, otherwise it will stay on top forever. But sometimes I do this because off topic is not allowed in my community.
Okay, so if we are building the rocket ship while it's flying, I think the action step for this section is let's all post a question like this inside our communities. So something that is a question, it's not a statement, and something that people can engage with. So I think the example of what do you do for work or where are you from?
Yeah, it should be understandable and everybody can answer.
Cool.
When you ask who of you making at least 10K a month, not everybody can answer. But you have to ask a question where everybody can answer. Everybody.
And then once we do this, then we can think about establishing the culture of making this a culture for the whole community where it's questions, not statements. I like what Calvin says. Past, not future, because that's proof orientated. And then know me or I posts navigator.
Yeah, I was just going to add to use a GIF if you're asking a question. That helps my engagement so much. Just asking them to use a GIF. So like, where are you from? Use a GIF to describe where you're from. Is it GIF or GIF?
It's GIF, I think. We can all agree it's GIF.
Yeah.
So bonus points if you can add a GIF to your question. It'll make it a little bit more fun, a little bit more spicy. Okay. So let's take 5 minutes. Let's make a post like this in our community. If you don't have your community open and in front of you, please download the Skool app so you can also, I'm just kidding. I will personally onboard you onto the platform.
And you don't need storytelling for this. Don't make it long, just ask. So it's, yeah. But because many people make a story like this, and then at the end, and where are you from? So don't make a long story, make it short.
Perfect. See you in a couple of minutes. So let's see. The question I asked my community was, what's the weirdest way you've ever made money? Jobs,
that's a
gigs,
tough one.
Things you did for your family. You think it's too hard?
Way too hard.
I'm getting coached in real time here. Whoa.
I mean, the word weird, they cannot answer. How did you make a weird? That's not everybody can answer.
If we stuck with this question, right, which maybe it's the wrong question, how would you make this question better? So I say, what's the weirdest way you've ever made money?
What's your favorite job you've had?
Favorite job?
Yeah, because then everybody, I think, every word can limit someone in answering because they didn't make the experience.
Right.
So what is an experience? What everybody made, for sure, guarantee.
So you want
what is your job? Or what was your last job? Everybody had. Or
what was the lowest amount of money you worked for per hour?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yo,
that is a good one.
Yo, I'm gonna edit this live in real time. Somebody else talk here, Ted. I'm gonna give you this mic. Ted shared something really interesting. This is a humility flex. This is the opposite of the guru model. Guru model is you're trying to flex your ego. In Skool, we flex our humility. We try to outdo each other with humility. So let's do it.
So, Matt's putting me on the spot here.
I love you.
There are different ways of using tools, right? And different ways of taking care of your car. So, who here babies their car? Like treats it like the absolute baby. Keeps it polished. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Nav, you don't have a car. 3 people.
Yes, I do.
Baby their car.
I do.
So, Calvin babies his community. Calvin treats his community like Foxy treats his Porsches in his house, right? Like his one of his houses, at least. And I realized watching Calvin that I've been treating my community like an off-road truck and haven't been cleaning it at all. It's just covered in mud. And I treat my community like an email list. Like I just broadcast to it all the time.
Most do.
Yeah, I just blast. And from watching Calvin, I realized that I could treat my community way differently and really try and nurture. I love what you said about rather than going long, you like wide. Like you like to see long sentences. I've never optimized for long sentences before. I think it's so brilliant. And I love how you say there's no I and me posts. That was really cool. Like you have a rule against that. And
it's good that you could correct it as well. Unashamedly.
Yeah, it's really cool. So, and just the fact that you hired somebody on your team to purely manage the quality of posts is so cool. We talk about hiring a closer and hiring like a virtual assistant, but like no one really talks about hiring a community operator or manager or like agent, right? Taking a step further, a community agent. And so
the agent thing. Oh,
is this secret? Leak now.
Yeah, AI agent? No.
So
even crazier than that, Ryan.
It makes you realize that you can take your community to a whole nother level by babying it and making it just like a proper community. And you're saying that your community is so good that people want your community members in their community. Like that's unheard of. I've never heard of that before. Have you? Sounds like I want to take your community members because they're so good.
Not on Skool.
Yeah.
But we do it all the time in real life. Who's going to that party? Oh, Calvin, Ted, and Daniel Bissonnetti are going, oh, dude, those guys, they make the party good. Right?
Yeah.
So
then it will be fun.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So you've made me realize that I can take my community quality up. Like optimizing for community quality.
Right.
I've just optimized for community growth.
But that's American style, right?
Yeah,
And no
grow,
offense, but
100%.
Grow.
Grow.
Yeah. I always say that the American, and seriously, it's not offense, but the American way is, okay, 90 people left the community, so let's bring in 100. So each month. The German way is, this month only 50 new people, but only 5 left. Yeah, perfect. All good. Yeah.
When I went to Germany, by the way, everything I touched was so solid. like the metal railings, I'm like, this is a solid railing. This isn't going anywhere.
Have you ever touched Calvin?
He did.
He's solid. That jacket is solid.
No, I was serious. When I went to Germany, and I was like 16 and I noticed this. I closed the door and I'm like, whoa. The way it opens and closes is so solid. Just German built. And so like these German built communities, wow. Thing of beauty.
German built communities.
It's a thing of beauty.
Door-sprung technique.
That's so funny.
So there you go, Tech, our $1 million community builder, humility. He's learning stuff here like we all are. I love that. This is the community model unfolding before your very eyes. The magic. All right, Calvin. What are we going to do next? Let's do... Will we do one more? I feel like...
Oh, we can keep on going with the things on top.
Let's see. You want 2 more?
Oh, I got a question for Calvin.
You got a question?
Yeah.
Calvin's got answers. Hit us.
I know, he does. So, in your interview with Evelyn Weiss, that podcast that you did recently, like, one thing that really, really stood out to me in that was how you talked about capping communities at 1,000 members.
Oh, earlier. I recommend earlier. You mean the split? That it's not...
You split it. You said you started with a community, it was similar, but...
Yeah. I think it's in the nature of the human being when 300 people are together that they split by themselves because the interests are different. I mean, if you have 300 people together, I think it's obviously that some of them go a bit more in this direction and some of them in this direction. And I figured out that sometimes it happened that one member is asking, for all the people who like this, should we do a WhatsApp group? Because it's too much for here. And I try to avoid this. So before this split happen, I create the split. Is it split, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. So I recommend when you have 300 members. So I recommend to start with a free one for the free community. And when you have a good engaged free community with 300 members, you have to create another community, a paid one. And when your paid one, that was not my plan, my paid one grew up to 500, 600. And then I saw, whoa, it's getting wild. Some like to have this. And so I have to split them again. So 100 people of them moved to my next one, what I created. So I have a customer journey, you know? Or what you can do, it's an example, you have a free community about online marketing, and then you have a paid about email marketing, about ads, about different kind of online marketing topics. Yeah, because 1,000 people in the community, it's not a community anymore.
It's only for paid.
Yeah, because that is what I have a free community with 4,000 members.
So tell us, is it only for paid?
First of all, I thought I split the free, but then, and I learned that from the international market, it's the best funnel. I mean, my free community is such a good funnel, so scale it up. And when you have 5,000 people inside and you make a post via email, such a good conversion to my paid.
So the Americans do something right.
A lot. They can make money.
No one makes money like America.
But everywhere I explain my free community, it's not a real community. Some of them know each other, but nothing compared to a smaller community.
Right. So this is kind of interesting. So let me think. Gio, I know you just got here, but have you got value today?
Have I received value?
From being here, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get some good, like, bespoke one-on-one, little bit of magic already?
No.
Oh, he just ruined my whole thing. That's it. I'm literally. Gio, like, I invited you here, man. I planted you in the audience. This is like a magic show. You were supposed to say, yeah, the rabbit pulled out of the hat. Like, come on. Bro, we had a conversation. I thought we connected.
I was
over
busy
lunch.
writing. I'm not good at multitasking.
Bro. Okay, so I'm going to edit this bit out so no one sees this. No, I'm just kidding. I'll leave it in. Okay, Marina, have you received some personalized value for being here today?
Yes.
Yeah. Ian Carpenter, have you received some personalized value from being here today?
I have indeed, yes.
See, you, that's how it works. This is the way it's supposed to be. It makes me look like my point's going to slam better. My point is...
The accent.
Yeah, my point is that if there was 500 people in this room, you would get less value because it would become more broad. And has anyone ever heard of a thing called Dunbar's number? By show of hands. Anyone bold enough to explain it to me? Ian Carpenter, I'm coming to you. You ready?
No.
Do you know well enough?
I've heard it, but no.
No? Anyone ready to? Oh, come on, Sam. This is your chance. What did you say earlier? To come out of the darkness of obscurity and into the limelight. This is Sam Bragg, everybody.
Niggas look good.
Strategy here.
Don't mess this up.
Is Dunbar's number like the maximum size of community that our brains are kind of wired to accept or be able to handle? It's almost like a small tribe. I don't remember the exact number. Is it 20, something like 12?
It's 150.
Okay.
This is, you're nailing it.
Okay. That's it?
That's it. Yeah, Sam Bragg. Oh, you did. You stuck the landing well. So Dunbar's number, basically what they did is they realized that the human brain, because this is the theory, we evolved and grew in tribes. Tribes are small groups of people. The human brain can't really hold more than 150 faces, names, details. And so after 150 is whenever Dunbar's number starts to fall apart, or sorry, I should say, your connection and your ability to have deep connections with people falls apart because just too many people. Like I think about Facebook. When you started Facebook, if anyone's OG on the internet, you probably just had like 30 close friends on it, and you were like, yeah, I know everyone on here, and this is great. And then it gets to like 150. Anyone have over 1,000 Facebook friends whenever Facebook was a thing? Anyone have over 2,000 Facebook friends? 3,000 Facebook? 4,000? 5,000? 6,000?
The max out of 5.
That's the max? Max of 5. Wow. So there's no way that you can have a connection, a deep interaction with like all of these 5,000 people. And so in the same way, like this room becomes less valuable unless you're Geo. If there was 500 people, I think this is kind of the essence of what you're talking about.
Yes. And when you have 600 members, not everybody's active. So there are still maybe 150 who are a little bit more passive. But I mean, when you are advanced in community leadership, you can handle more than 150 and you can create the right formats for everybody. But there's a limit. And I think for me, 400, something of 400, 500. And then I have to create another community. Yeah.
Interesting. Again, this is very specific. This is a Calvinism, as Ted coined yesterday. That was a Ted Carrism. We're talking about Calvinisms. Let's call it ism inception. That's very, very deep in ism pyramid scheme. I think we're kind of in a Q&A mode, so I'm going to stay here for a few more minutes, and then we'll do one more feature. Because we want 100% consumption, which I learned yesterday from Calvin, which is my big takeaway. In your free community, and in your pay, but especially your free, you don't want to overload people with too much content, too much information. You want them to consume the whole thing, and then they're hungry for more. So let's try to practice what we preach a little bit here. Gio, you ready?
Just a quick question. When you say you split the community, are you splitting into different topics? Can you split into the same topics, so you just have different rooms?
Good follow-up. So what do you mean by splitting the community?
I don't know if splitting the right word. When I have, let's say, 400 people in my community, and when I listen to them, there are maybe 80 of them who like to go a little bit further or a little bit more intense. They are a little bit more advanced, something like this. And I was surprised. I thought my last community is the final station. But then I thought, okay, you are interested in this, but when I place it here in my community, somebody gets confused because it's still not there. Mm-hmm. So it's an add-on. It's another community. And in the best way, it's a funnel, you know?
Right.
When you have the online marketing, then from there, Facebook, email marketing, then it's not a real funnel. In the best way, free, paid, advanced, inner circle, something like this.
Yeah, I'm going to riff off something that Ted said in our last podcast together in Vegas. He was talking about how you invite people to your community, and he basically said, you should never just say, hey, join my free community. It'd be like walking up to a stranger on the street and saying, hey, do you want to come to my backyard? And so this is interesting because this is what's going to happen. I'm going to predict the future right before your eyes. Ready? Wow, magic. Ready to play the plant, Gio? So right now there's 50 people in this room. A percentage of us will go out for dinner afterwards. Let's just say 20 people go out for dinner. And then off those 20 people, then someone's going to be like, hey, should we go grab drinks? And then there's going to be 6 people having drinks in a bar. And then there's going to be, 3 people that are like, hey, should we go smoke cigars in a private cigar lounge? I was like, yeah, here we're in a private cigar lounge. And then 2 people. 2
people are getting a baby or something.
We have bets on who the first Skool baby will be. So we need first Skool wedding, first Skool baby. It's you have a chance to make internet history right now. So again, I just love the idea of comparing the online world to the offline world because it just makes more sense. So we do this with parties all the time. Literally start big, blah, 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 blah. And kind of like the levels of intimacy that we were talking about earlier, the deeper you go down that funnel, as you described, it's more expensive, right? So if I want to go to a big festival to hear Calvin Hollywood speak, I'll pay $50. If I want a private VIP meet and greet, it'll be $300. If I want to smoke a cigar with Calvin, I don't know if you smoke cigars. No, let's just pretend that you do. Yeah. For the sake of the metaphor, you're a good sport. Thank you very much. Then maybe it's $1,000 to smoke a cigar with Calvin. And then for the ultimate VIP, Calvin will, barbecue. Enough with the shower. Enough with the shower. If you want the VIP, exclusive picnic in Calvin Hollywood's garden, you're going to see his home. You're going to see his family. You're going to get to meet with his inner circle. Then, you could not possibly put a price on that. So I think that's interesting as well. That's basically what Calvin's talking about as well, is you just keep moving people.
Is it moving people, or is it making them a new space to move into?
Yeah. Whoa, that's why Ted Carr's Ted Carr. Hang on. Can you say that again? Because I'm fired in the booth.
Is it really you moving people, or is it you just creating a new space for them to move into if they wish?
The thing is, I offered 600 people to go in my next community when they are ready. 80 switched, but 60 of them are still there because they don't like to leave the old community, and they are in both.
And so are you now no longer allowing new people to join the 600 group people?
At the moment, I allow them because many moved and we have the control. But when, let's say, 100 people will join in the next days, I'm in trouble. Yeah, I have to close it. I have to create a waiting list, and we like to guarantee quality. And then, yeah,
So you
I set a
have
limit.
cap plus a waiting list.
And I placed that I did that on my about page. I made we make a stop at 300 members, and then 250, 270, 200, and then I hired an operator, and then we opened for the next 100. Yeah.
And the astute person in the audience will realize that means that those people are paying Calvin 2 different payments every single month.
Yeah.
Ta-da. Any other cues?
How do you put that cap on a community at school? Because people were asking about this in my back page group the other day, and I didn't know the answer.
You mean technically, how do you cap a group?
Yeah.
Cap? What is cap?
How do you stop people from getting in?
You just make them close.
Yeah, you raise the price.
Or you make them paid.
In my free, I do not stop.
Yes, but
I was thinking-
you're 100% right. There is an option in Skool. You can just go in and you can change the group to paid, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
And then so no one can join,
And how do you do that, Brandon?
just in the settings.
And then you go to the settings, click pricing, and then click.
Oh, know your Skool.
No, you have to go to the about page on the where it's free.
Yeah.
You click on the word free, and then it turns into.
I didn't know
paid.
you could click that button.
What the fuck?
I never clicked that button in my life.
It's school.
I'm up in Skool. I'm gonna put a GIF on screen.
And then
of,
you
like,
can
clicking
you
that button.
can join, but then you have ask the questions, and right there you can say at the moment we're at the limit. Please post your email when it's open. We inform you again, or something like this. It's a workaround.
So is this on desktop? I know we're getting seriously technical.
No, you can
Right. Okay.
just click on the word.
Cool. Thank you.
Wow. Free value. Freely given. Any other questions? I think we do one more feature and then we land this plane.
Do you ask any questions as well in there to try to filter out whether they're worth it or not?
When they like to join.
This is a
the
free-
3 questions.
Or will you take anyone's money?
No. I have to.
You're talking about a free community, Daniel?
No, because he says he makes it a waiting list, he turns it to paid, and then he has them.
I don't use this. That was I don't use it. When I see it's filling very fast, then I raise the price before. Then it gets slower. I mean, demand and offer. I don't know.
Supply and demand, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, again, go back to parties. Would you like to be in a party where like 2,000 people can come? Or would you like to be in a party where it's maxed out with only 30 people who can be there? Like, what's that quote? It's like, I've never wanted to be part of a club that I'm allowed into. Scarcity and urgency. So Evelyn, for example, this is public, this is nothing private. She's going to put a cap on her paid community, and that's going to drive the scarcity and urgency. Like her wait list, I think will have like thousands of people on it just to join her paid community. Because she herself, these are her own words, again, public, she wants to turn herself into a rare Pokemon.
I seen that today.
You saw that today? Yeah. So that's just scarcity and urgency. Like, one more question and then we move. I feel the wave about to
I just don't
fall.
understand. Where do you explain the rules to people? You have the rules in your group. Is that in a pen post or is it?
So where do you explain the rules to new members?
It's a classroom. I have a welcome post, and I try to avoid rules. I don't use the word rules because rules are. Yeah, so I try to create a culture. Then when everybody's stepping in the room without knowing the rules, they know how it works because everybody doing this. So they adapt it. So it's like with my child. I try to be a role model. I don't have to explain everything. Look what I do and then do the same. So, but kind of rules, I have it in my classroom in the onboarding where I explain how it works.
You want to hear one of my favorite parenting quotes, Benny D?
Please.
More is caught than taught. What you said earlier.
Say it but slower.
In English.
I just put it in English. I need Calvin to translate for me. In American, more is caught than taught.
That was good.
So instead of teaching people things, you be a good role model and people will follow.
Do you also do that for your paid communities?
The what?
For your paid communities?
The rules or the onboarding?
The non-rules, but like...
Yeah. Did we have rules today? No. We we can tell everybody what we want, but I don't think we need rules. I mean, do we really need these Facebook rules like don't be rude to someone? I don't think so.
Self-promotion.
Yeah, this is something what I bring in the onboarding process. Don't try to close or write people. Yeah, a few of them is okay, but I try to avoid them, the rules. I tell them what I want and not what I don't want. It's like with childs, don't push the door too hard. I then close it, silence. So I always say what you should do and not what you should not do, because that's an offense. Yeah.
Wow. Some game in that last 10 seconds alone. Okay, let's do a community poll, okay? We're going to talk about one more tab, one more feature on Skool. Put your hands up. Okay, I'll give you 2 options, then I'll get you to vote, okay? Because then you don't know what you're voting for. So let's see if we want to do the calendar or if we want to do the leaderboard. So put your hands up if you'd like to hear Calvin's strategy on how he uses the calendar.
Yes.
Okay. Versus the leaderboard. Oh, shit.
Yeah. That's why I never do polls in my community. That cuts the direction. I choose. You have to listen and then you choose. It's always 50-50.
Calvin, which direction would you like to go?
Yeah, so I mean, this is a really good point.
I mean, okay, let's do a quick one and a calendar, just a short one, because the leaderboard it's brutal. It's so good.
You have 90 seconds.
90 seconds is enough. So, okay, one sentence. In the calendar is normally what you guys using it for is for the live calls. You put in your live calls. But what you can do is you can put anything inside to promote it. And then it will apply on the start screen of your community on top. So it can be something outside. It can even be your service, an offer to anything else. So in my free community, I do not only promote the live calls, what not happen often. I promote something else. And then it's always on the start screen of your community. And on the last second, it's shaken. Book me, give me your money.
Yeah. This for a second.
So you don't have to use it for the live events. You can also use it for your paid community to advise it or be creative. You can use it for anything, yeah.
Hang on. So
no, 90 seconds. You said 90 seconds.
But I had 100% consumption and I wanted more.
No, it was exactly 89 seconds.
You don't believe in rules.
You can watch it on the video. It was exactly 89 seconds. I'm for the military.
Okay. So I need to go to the toilet so you can interview yourself for the rest. Share with us kind of like as we land the plane, the most important thing about the leaderboard.
Okay. I can't say it generally. There's a difference between the free one and the paid community. But let me explain you a little bit about the psychological behind the leaderboard, because this is genius. The leaderboard is genius. I mean, the difference in points between the levels, it's an artwork. I don't know who had the idea with the points, but it's a masterpiece. So what I say is level 3 is for the success. So if somebody joined your community, they have to get on level 2 to post, let's say in the free community. That they have to get on level 2. It's very easy. They make an introduction post, 5 points, very easy. And the level 3, there must be something, a percent. But not time versus money, not your service, a percent, a PDF, checklist, whatever it is. And when they get on level 3, because it's a little bit tougher than level 2, the first success. Wow, I'm already on level 3. So the level 3 is for the success, for the person. The level 5 is for the routine. Some people will make level 5 in a day or in 2 days. But I guess 80% will take maybe a couple of days, a couple of less weeks. When then they get on level 5, they are in a routine. So it's very obviously they keep on going because they are already in. So your goal is to have, not in a really big community, but less than 40% on level 1 in your community. and your goal is to bring them to level 5. When you have a paid community and you brought them to level 5, then you made it. Because from level 5 to level 7, there are only 2 levels. And they felt like I made 5 levels, only 2 more. But the difference between 3 and 5 is huge. It takes way more time. What I do in my pay, I put on level 7 the free membership. In very engaged communities on level 8. But no offense, 90% of you don't have this kind of engagement in your community, so I recommend level 7.
What do you put on level 7?
The free membership. Let's say you have a community, $100 a month. When you reach level 7, you will get the community for free.
The paid community?
Yes, the paid forever, lifetime.
When you reach level 7?
Yeah.
In the free?
Yeah.
In the free?
No, in the paid. Sorry, no, not in the free. In the free, the level system is not so important, just level 3 and 5. In the free.
So can we make a diagram of this?
Yeah. So in the free, level 3, and if you have something, level 5.
Okay.
That's enough. That's enough.
So you got a free group and you got a paid group.
Yeah, 3.
Level 3.
Let's say a PDF. Something very simple.
Okay.
And on 5, a short video course or audiobook or something like this. A little bit better than a PDF. But
like a video course.
Yeah, but a short one. Not an 8-hour video course.
Okay.
Right.
So let's say 1 hour?
Yeah, 2 hours. Yeah, I put in the recordings of the live events sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's
and
done.
nothing level 7?
No, you don't need
done.
Yeah.
Paid.
3, level 3, recordings of the live calls.
You have to, wow.
Yeah, the people can join live, and if you don't like to, they need the record.
Wow.
So in any way, they have to be active. If you are not active, you will not get...
I don't know can you tell everyone what you do with your classroom for this? So, how many live calls do they have access to?
Oh, not many. I delete the old one. 4, the last 4.
And why do you delete them?
Because I don't like to grow the content too much, and it's old content.
Why do you not like to grow the content too much?
Then I condition them that they do not use my service, and then I will say, why should I pay when I can't use the service anymore? Because I don't have the time. I don't like to overload them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the biggest, we've just found, and something that Alex talks about a lot, one of the biggest reasons why people will churn from any service or any community is if they don't use all of the service. So
why should I pay then?
Yeah, an example is maybe like, I only show up to like 1 Q&A call a week. I only went through 1 course. I'm wasting my money because I'm paying for something that I'm not using. So Calvin's concept of 100% consumption is actually genius, because then people feel like they're accessing every single thing that they're paying for, which is a happy customer.
So in our paid community, we charge, what do we charge? $197 a month? We took out everything from the classroom. We only have a calendar.
Love it.
That's it. And I want to add more stuff, but I'm like, no, because then they're going to say I'm going to cancel because I'm not even using it. So I'm going to create a new community for more stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
But you can do here the live recordings maybe at least for 2 days. So because sometimes moms or my child, something happened. So I said, okay, but then you have to make it on level 3. Create good content for the community that you get on level 3.
So level 3 is all the replays?
No, just, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, now what about level 5 or 7?
Yeah, level 5 is what I do, the recordings of my workshops. So every month I do a workshop.
Live.
2-hour, 3-hour workshop. And this workshop will turn into a video course, into a class. So it gets edited, and then it's a whole video course in the class. This takes time, 3 weeks, because we edit it with overlays. So we produce a video course on a live workshop and not outside of it. Then we have less work. And in that gap of 2 or 3 weeks, when you are on level 5, you will get the recording. And the live recording, the unedited recording. I'm not sure if you guys need something on level 5. I'm not sure. I think the level 7 is more important.
Here's a question about this though. You only give them 4 call replays. How many workshop replays do you give them?
I mean, in the meantime, my community is now for 8 months. We have 8 workshops.
So
I mean, eight classes. That's much.
8 replays.
Yeah.
Are you okay with in the future deleting some? So there's not.
I have to. It's too much.
Gotcha.
Yeah. For the people who are joined 8 months ago, for them it's perfect. Every month a new content. But when somebody's joining right now, 8 classes is so much. So I have to think now, I have to delete some to bring it in maybe in my other community because it's way too much. I like your way, no classroom.
Yeah.
It's maybe I go something between. Yeah, the Germans are a little bit more video recording.
Cool.
I have to test.
So what we're doing now, because of you, we used to have a classroom, it was called Deep Dive Workshops. In fact, if you go there today, it's still there, but not for long, which has like 50 of our workshop replays.
Wow.
It's all available in our free community. I'm going to remove that, and I'm only going to give people access to the workshop replays if they comment below with the word, so we send them a DM, we get up a conversation with them.
Nice.
But I don't want to overwhelm them with all these workshop replays.
This overwhelming, I mean, I come from the coaching, and I had a membership. And the stats showed me people pay 4K for 8 hours of content, and they do not watch it. Yes. So I don't like to make the mistake again, because then they leave, because they say, oh, I don't. When some people churn, they write me. I churn, it's great, but I don't have the time.
Yep.
That means that is it.
Mm-hmm. It's too much stuff to go through.
Too much, yeah.
It's also a reason why Sam started Skool. Because he noticed for his courses that a high percentage of people won't even open them, even though they paid for them.
That's
and
crazy.
he realized this is not sustainable for the future of this industry. Do you know what it is? Community. Because that's what people actually did.
Well, now we're all here. Level 7, Holy Grail?
Okay, you will not love it, but I made the math and I made some mistakes. Don't make it on level 7. I lost a lot of money. So I have a community, 100 euros or dollar each month. And when they get on level 7, they will get this community for free. They can churn and we can bring him back for free. Then you will say, okay, but then you will lose money, right? Yes. So, but the math is, I run my community now for 8 months and I have to check, but not even 25% made it to level 7. Other people spend thousands of euros for ads and something else. For me, it's more important that I have an engaged community where it's running. And these people who make it on level 7, who go into the grind, they will make the community special, valuable. And then the community don't need me anymore because the community is creating the content for the community. And then I'm out. Sometimes I like to make a post, but already 5 people make great posts. And I'm like, it's too much. I have to wait for tomorrow. Or I delete a post and do yours tomorrow. I like to do a post. So, you will lose some money. But these are the people what you have to hire. And then you have to pay them. Because they are supporting your community and making them engaged. So
Bro, you're getting community admins for $100 a month.
Yeah, right. And don't forget, when the affiliate system is coming to Skool, we need them. We need them. They will sell your community. So I'm building up here a force.
So G.
I'm building up a force.
And you have nothing for 8 and 9.
But you have to do the math, because I told this Max Pearson, and he said, oh, dude, level 7. I said, I'm not sure. Maybe you can make it on level 8. But I would say, do it on level 7. And then he told me he had, I guess, 15,000 interactions a day. And I'm like, no, you can't leave it on level 7. And he put it on level 9.
Wow.
But level 9 is, I mean, you can make it then, but the success stories, people who made it are too less.
Yeah.
You will hear every week, oh, I made it, and congratulations. So level 7 is for a community. When you do not, you have to check your metrics in your community. When you do not have more daily activities than 3,000 each day, You can check it in your green
3,000
field.
each day?
Yeah. Then when you do not have more, stay on level 7. When you have more than 3,000 engagements or activities a day, go on level 8. When you have more than 3,000 engagements every day, your community is ranked on, top 100 worldwide, top 80, top 80, top 90 worldwide. So when you're ranked on place 300, don't worry, put it on level 7. But 3,000 activities a day, when you have that, I would place on level 8.
You guys know how niche this information is?
Oh, this is just the overview. This is just 10%.
Exactly. Anywhere else in the world.
Exactly.
Except for in this room right now. Unless you learn German. And if you want that, I'm sure you can go to Ian. Yeah, this is really,
But
really
take care. It's very special. I made a mistake. I built a community for a friend. And he made 20,000 a month. He's a very popular person in Germany. And I put it on level 6. And his community went place 1 in Germany, stay there. But level 6 was so fast. And then other people joined and they made it in 7 days to level 6. And then he earned $99 in lifetime. And I was working for him. I did everything for him. And he'd be like, is level 6 not a little bit early? And I'm like, yes, I'm sorry. It's a friend. And it was a year ago. Nobody knows how Skool work out and everything works. So we do a relaunch end of the year and we bring it on level 8 or let it, I don't know. Level 8 is safe. Level 7, if your community is not so engaged. I know it costs you money, but this is a good invest. Learn to invest, and this is invest in people, in your influencer. You don't have to pay them. Just let them in for free.
You don't have to pay them, just don't let them pay you.
Yeah, for a while, and then they are for free. And again, when the affiliate is coming, these are your force, your squad.
Yeah, and you're activating so many people that would have churned anyway. So you would lose money when people churn from your community after 1 month. But by having the quality people that are making the party really awesome, more people want to stay. These people also, it might take them 6 months to get to level 7. You know, it depends. It depends on the community.
Yeah.
But your LTV is good. Your lifetime value.
And when somebody's canceling on level 4, what is not when somebody?
Have you ever thought about going into the US presidential race?
The what?
You should run for president. No, I think you could like run the country there.
No. When somebody's churning on level 4 or 5, you can write them. Look, be active. Go for level. But nobody will cancel on level 5.
There.
All the people who are churning, and I have a less churn. I mean, now it went a little bit up. I'm at, I guess, 6% or 7%. I don't know, because I released a new community and the thing. But less people will churn. The most people who churn are on level 1. They not even started with a post. When I take a look at cancel, level 1, level 1, level 1, level 1, nobody will churn on level 4 or 5. Why should they? And again, from level 4 to 7 or 8, they have to do much. But they feel, because they don't check the difference, only 2 more levels, I will go in. Yeah.
100% consumption. There's 5 hands in the room. Our mics are about to die. Our cameras are about to die. We have overstayed our welcome in this room. We are now running over time.
For the next days.
Calvin is here. If you are in the room with us right now and you want to ask him questions, you can talk to him afterwards. And you're thinking about doing something in the international market. You have a waiting list or something? Yeah.
Yeah. I thought to do everything in English, because all the time I don't have the time to explain it a little bit more. This was the longest time I had the chance. But in
school history,
yeah,
this is the longest you've ever got in.
Yeah. But I need more time. I need 3 or 5 hours to go deep inside, and there's so much more in all the categories. So I'm thinking, it's not final. I'm thinking to launch a community in English about community leadership. The waiting list is there. You can find it in my profile. So it's community leadership, And when you jump in, it does know if it's will be a community or something else. But if you are in a waiting list, I keep you up to date, and then you can choose if you'd like to join or not.
Yeah, awesome. Like I've spent 3 days now with Calvin, and all we've done is have these conversations like this around every single feature on Skool. This guy has like 20 hours on onboarding in his head. He is a Skool scientist. So Calvin, really, really appreciate you sharing everything you did.
It was an honor. Thank
Genuinely, let's give it up for Calvin.